Hello, everybody, and welcome to a wonderful Friday evening of another Gal League Season 2. I am joined by the super awesome Delta. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. I'm so excited to catch a game on the first week of the league, and I'm just so excited to see what it'll bring.
Definitely. We are bringing you all the open division of Gal League right now. So, for anybody that is not familiar, this is Season 2 of Gal League, and the teams are split up into three different divisions. We have learning, owning, and open. Open is what we're about to watch tonight, and these are girls with the. It's as the name says, it is open to anybody. However, we do recommend at least a rank of platinum or higher. Tonight we are about to watch a two-game group stage matchup between Team Luxe versus Onlyfrags.
Choose your agent.
Ooh, choose your agent. She mad.
boy.
Let's get this going. And it looks like, yeah, teams are reading up. What are you were seeing here Ascent. How are you favoring the lineups right now between both sides with Onlyfrags attacking and Team Lux on the defense starting the round?
Yeah, I mean, the lineups look fairly typical. We don't see any, rare picks like Sky or Brimstone. So, but we do have a Sentinel on each side, only one, and so we'll probably see a typical play of a Sentinel and someone else holding site. So,
For sure,
yeah.
for sure. Yep. And I have to double check as I am producing as well, making sure that I got the sides correct, and I did. So we are seeing, from our perspective right now, Honey Chris
This should do.
on the Cypher, already setting up her traps here. Very excited. Ooh. How do you favor this map as far as, do you think it is more attacker friendly or defense friendly?
I've heard a bit of both. Sometimes people say it is defender friendly, but I mean, I I don't really see the difference sometimes. Sometimes the skill level will dominate that. So maybe 50-50.
Yes, yes. For sure. And looking at the way Onlyfrags is setting this up right now, they are making their presence already known on A main here. Spike is sitting out there while the rest of Onlyfrags slowly making their way over. I do like the Killjoy positioning right now. Just kind of making sure that no flanks come out. It is the pistol round. Oh! And a beautiful opening from Pookers with that classic headshot, taking out her mirror image Nikki on the other team. GG on the meantime with her boombot already spots the Omen, forcing her back onto the trees, and it looks like Onlyfrags really want to make some sort of a... I was about to say they want to make a commitment, but they have changed their mind. I like this call. 30 seconds left on the clock. They're gonna run it through the halls instead, because as you can see, Cypher already visible on. They know that this site should be fairly open for them. Simply Rara tries to stall it, but is already immediately removed by Boba Yaga. Nice headshot with that ghost, and that spike is now going to get planted. The rest of Team Lux already making their way over, but the post-plant position of Onlyfrags, despite being a Boba Yaga, probably looking for that ace now. She is sitting at 4k. Are they gonna give it to her, or are they just gonna play it safe? Because Bookers, she is a Phoenix. And there it is.
Oh,
Opening
the ace.
round of the Open League. We got an ace for Boba Yaga. That's 1 point on the board for Onlyfrags.
Yeah, something definitely memorable to start off. An ace on the first round. I do like how patient they were with the round, though. And even though there was a quick rotation, because of all of the information Cypher was able to provide, that patience did pay
Life
off.
goes there.
For sure. Very beautiful round for her, and looks like they're gonna capitalize on that, upgrading most of their pistols to the Stinger and other SMGs in the meantime. I like that Nikki's just always going to attempt to get that orb. It creates some presence on A main, and at the same time, she has one of the best ultimates in the game with that run it back, and she's already trying to peek, trying to see maybe if she can win this duel versus Hookers, but it's this very similar play that they did on the first round, and only for Onlyfrags, and it did work out for them. So they're just kind of making their presence here, but it looks like with that flash from Nikki, they're gonna force their way onto site right now on A and get that spike down. But the rest of Team Luxe already making their way over. Gigi with the opening kill manages to take one out. Baba Yaga follows with another, and they're just trying to whittle down Team Luxe. And it does simply Rara already just kind of trapped here. Already manages to be removed completely by Gigi after. Honeycrisp will tag one of her herself, but not enough. The round once again goes to Onlyfrags.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too surprising since Team Luxe was on a full save, just trying to save it for this next round. But Kiwi's decision to stay back and kind of watch over mid, I think really helped with that round. I mean, she was able to get the kill on Simple Rara and that final kill, and
Don't overthink
just
it. That's
really
my
helped
job.
to make sure that they were able to finish that round off successfully.
For sure. And presence is now being made onto B halls with that boombot, and pushing Simply Rara back as well with those pain shells. Onlyfrags, I've always seen they always give Boba Yaga the spike. She's always kind of sitting in the middle of her team, at least from the first 3 rounds that we've seen. It's been pretty consistent. And it just kind of comes down to like communication as far as trying to clear this. But Gigi spots the Cypher cam, but I don't know if she realizes. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Hookers already taking out bodies. Bodies actually falling for both sides. We're now back to a 4v4. And it looks like Onlyfrags are making the call here that they want to try and make the play onto B, but Honeycrisp spots Kiwi in the meantime, will get pushed back, running away from the showstopper, Simply Rara. Not fortunate enough to do the same, does get caught out. With 30 seconds left to plant that spike, they are going to push their way through, and Honeycrisp hoping to hold her own, not able to, and Boba Yaga now gets the spike planted.
Spike planted.
2 bodies left up for Team Luxe, trying to see if they can make something happen here and get us diffused. Skies picks out Boba Yaga with her shock dart in the meantime, and a triple kill for her finishes that out, and will get the defuse and first point on the board for Team Luxe.
Wow, yeah, they definitely clutched that one. I mean, being down a person, and Skies just comes in with the kills. I mean, wow. And to be fair, they were on Team Onlyfrags. We're on a bit of a bonus round, so they didn't level up fully to their rifles, but it was an overall good play nonetheless.
Yeah.
So definitely putting a dent.
Oh,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm just looking. There was Onlyfrags is switching it up a little bit here. All 5 of the team kind of postured outside of B halls right now.
Placing swamp grenade. Swamp grenade.
Utility already being used to push out Simply Rara, and they are going to open it up with their run it back, and will actually make their way onto site here. Hookers, though, nice clean double kill for herself. And Onlyfrags now sitting with 2 to try and hold that spike. The rest of Team Luxe gonna push their way through on together. But Kiwi and Gigi picks one up for each other eventually, but Skies finishes out. And that's gonna be another point on the board for Team Luxe.
Wow. Yeah, it was definitely a very impressive round for Team Luxe. I don't think everyone had full shield and full rifles compared to Team Frags as well. But yeah, a really impressive round for Team Luxe overall. I thought the push, the complete commitment to B site would be overwhelming, but they were able to handle that just fine.
Yeah, and it looks like I want to say okay, I was gonna say Simply Rara was like a little poor there, but I believe they ended up buying for her, so that's good.
Revealing area.
Skies immediately spots some information with that recon arrow, and it does look like Pookers is gonna open it out the round with her run it back in the meantime, trying to just clear out the site and maybe even get a pick, and she does. Takes out Gigi on the back of that run it back. Miss Blue Jay wanting to find something for herself, trying to push aggressive here, and Onlyfrags a body down, wanting to see which site that they can push through right now.
I have
Also noticeable that Team Luxe has now placed Honeycrisp on the Cypher on A site instead, and I believe she kind of caught a glimpse of somebody there. Yeah, she did. Hookers cleans it up. But Boba Yaga grabs 2 for herself, and that is the signal that she will use to walk her way into A to hopefully get that spike down.
30 seconds left.
But Hunter's Fury in the meantime spots 2. She's already gonna try and tag it. Misses on the last shot. But Miss Blue Jay manages to pick it up for the team, and that's 3 points now for Team Luxe.
Yes, definitely Team Luxe is bringing it back, and with Cypher changing to hosting or anchoring the A site rather than the B site, you would have thought that, you know, having that level of information might have helped them win that round.
Yeah. It looks like the rest of Onlyfrags are gonna opt to use this as a save rounds of sort, with only Boba Yaga on that hero Vandal. Hoping to see if she can make something or everybody else. Sporting that goes. Boba Yaga opens it up with a Hunter's Fury of her own, hoping to tag someone. Not enough. Does not connect. But will eventually still spot Simply Rara. Not enough to tag.
Drone.
And her and the rest of her team are just kind of going to sit outside of middle. Maybe if they can try to force a rotate and fake into B while their teammate sits outside of A, but she will have to deal with all of that Cypher utility, and it's going to be a little frustrating. Bobayaga playing it a little bit aggressive. Forces Simply Rara out after using a leer. But that is information given to the rest of Team Luxe, knowing that they are, or that Onlyfrags is, and wanting to converge onto B side through market.
30 seconds left.
Simply Rara manages to hold it, to delay that push, but Gigi, with that Sheriff, manages to find a flank. Simply Rara on the double. Neural Theft comes out, and Spike Control. Almost lost, but Nikki's absolutely going to be able to get that spike down now. And on a lockdown as well. 3v2, trying to see if they can buy themselves some time. And they're gonna have to push it, which I think is the call here. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. Simply Rara pushes it. She managed. Kiwi detains both. Gets one. She's on the hunt, but I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say, at this point, it's not... Oh no, Miss Blue Jay finds it. But does she have enough? That she will. That was I was gonna say, I think she got a little excited with getting both delays. If she played it slow, it becomes it's up to Miss Blue Jay to be on deck for that one. A little unfortunate, but that will go towards Team Luxe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still in shock from how that played out. I totally thought Miss Blue Jay was in for it, just being detained, but it worked out in the end. So yeah, like you said, another round for Team Luxe.
Yeah.
And it looks like
It gets
everyone
very
will be able to-
exciting, right? It gets very exciting when you see 2 players detained and you're like, oh, that's so cool. I want it.
Yes, definitely.
It looks like Onlyfrags switching it up a little bit. They have brought in Boba Yaga onto B site right now. I think they want to try and see if they can clear it. But the way Team Luxe is playing it has been good. They do have 3 players on the other side though. Frey takes out her doppelganger. And it looks like they want to just put some pressure in B. But no rotation is being put. Run it back on Nikki. She does get one, but simply Rara reads the rotation and manages to take out Gigi as they try to make their way over onto the side. Spike is now eventually making its way onto A, and they're gonna want to get that down. Simply Rara being distracted by those fights at middle will buy some time for the rest of Onlyfrags to get that spike down. 3v3. And Team Luxe starting it off with a scout of that drone. It does spot some people in hell right here. Poopers with that flash takes out one before getting removed from the back. Skies picks up one more, and it's all about Kiwi now.
One enemy remaining.
But she is a killjoy with utility. Does not matter. Triple kill for her without even having to burn through that utility. Very clean round for her there.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, very, very clean round for Kiwi. I have to say it's interesting seeing all the different plays that they've tried. They've definitely mixed it up every round. They've decided to push B, push A. They've taken a split approach. So I do love seeing them attempt to mix it up to try to keep Onlyfrags on their toes.
Cage triggered.
Exactly.
Or Team Luxe on their toes, rather.
Yeah. Yeah, they've even Onlyfrags right now kind of flipping it over. They still have this spike at B, but now they're trying to see, they're placing 3 bodies on A side here, trying to do this sort of pseudo default that they're doing. With Frey just watching middle. I'm curious though, with the way things played out, if Team Luxe should be changing something up again here, if Onlyfrags are starting to read or understand how to play against their setup. They've made their noises, they know Cypher is still playing A, and Onlyfrags are now posting themselves up outside of the walls. That long pull on that recon arrow will eventually spot these Hookers. I think they just kind of caught her shoulder or something. Lockdown is now in play. And from the shadows as well, used to get herself onto the boathouse, but they're gonna try and GG pushes everybody back. Oh, does tag Skies. She is hurting as well, but rest of her team, decent positions as I think for that post plant, as the rest of Team Luxe strongly considering what they can do here, as they have to face 5 of Onlyfrags. GG with a quadra. Is she trying to find her ace? She does! Very beautiful positioning for her. Second ace of the game. This is pretty hype.
Oh, totally hype. I wonder how many aces we'll be able to see tonight.
I hope a lot.
Oh, yes, definitely. But yeah, that was an amazing round for them. And again,
Let us
like I
hunt.
said, just being able to mix it up, being able to, make some noise on A and
Revealing
yet go to B for that full push.
Mhm.
enemy tagged.
Simply Rara with that opening shot onto GG right now.
Enemy
Again,
marked.
Onlyfrags, now that it's a tie game, eventually makes their presence onto site. And they are finally going to get that spike down.
Going up.
But the rest of
Spike planted.
the rest of Team Luxe trying to see if they can make something happen here. Run it back is used by Puker. She picks out one. Is not able to find another, but numbers, I was about to say numbers are in favor for Onlyfrags, but that's not the case anymore. Team Luxe,
Last player
one
standing.
woman up. Kiwi, it's all up to herself, but she is a killjoy. I don't think she has any utility on there. She doesn't realize. Oh, clean pick for her there. She does get it to have another strong showing. That's a triple kill for her.
Ooh, that's another shocker. I totally didn't expect those last few kills. I thought it was almost gonna go the way of Team Lux for a second. But I did like their approach to that retake. They...
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Good attempt.
Revealing.
I pressed the button by accident and muted everything. But go on.
Oh, no worries.
My bad.
Yeah, the economy for Team Lux is a little bit rough right now, but they're going through it. Let's see how that pans out.
Yeah.
Scouts down.
Nikki, though. Ooh, she got
No more
pushed.
charges left.
And she cleans up. Kiwi picks up another.
One enemy remaining.
And just like that,
Friend.
quick round for
Scanning ahead.
Onlyfrags. 6 points now on the board for them.
Wick, indeed. I mean, wow. I mean, it's good to see that they're able to, win around without having to go through with the plans. And so, yeah, such a quick round.
Let's see.
We do
Okay,
see
so look-
a whole
yeah.
ton of ultimates for Team Lux, and so hopefully they're able to capitalize on that this round.
That is true. That is 4 ultimates online for them right now. But GG manages that nice opening kill onto Simply.
Joke's over! You're dead!
But on the other side, Nikki, run it back. Now use once again. Oh, whiffs a little bit there, but that gives her information for a teammate to clean up immediately following. Ray gets one for her, and she will now start that spike planted.
Spike planted.
Rest of Team Lux. Wondering if they can find something. Oh, not able to connect with Gigi. With her showstopper, eventually gets cleaned up by Bookers. Flash out, but Kiwi takes that gunfight.
Trick shot. Last player standing.
Body's just being traded. It's now all up to Skies to see if she can make something happen here. We get Team Lux back up on the board. Takes out one, but it looks like she's gonna just opt to save. She's gonna fall back. And it's understandable.
Yeah, definitely understandable. I mean, Team Lux's economy was already not looking so
Last
great, and
round
so
in the
any
half.
opportunity to save is definitely worth it. I do wonder if I mean 5v3 retake is a very hard situation. You can definitely clutch it, but I wonder if Casey Honeycrisps had, you know, rotated a little bit quicker, it could have made a difference. I don't know. I mean, every second counts once the plant is down.
Definitely. And last round at the half, and it looks like Onlyfrags wants to see if they can make something happen on B site, but it's Bookers. Manages to take one out. She gets a run it back, but immediately shut down by Nikki, who manages to pick up another kill as well. And it's now Team Luxe are down to 2 to try and see if they can stall and get themselves on the board. But
Deploying
lockdown
drone.
is used to clear them out and push them away from the site as that spike is planted. Simply Rara finally gets to use her Empress, hoping to see if she can get something to happen here. Oh, but Boba Yaga tags Prey in the back,
Player
but
standing.
not enough. 4K. Or in the words of Phoenix, quadra for Nikki right here
Switching
to end
sides.
that half.
Yeah. Wow, that was an amazing 4K. But again, I wonder about kind of the rotation speed of Team Lux. So we don't have to worry about it now that we're at the half, but might have helped kind of increase the deficit a little bit. It'll be interesting now to see, now that they've switched, what their strategy is. It looks like they're going for a full send on A this time.
Woo. There. Looks like BG. Oh yeah, all of Team Lux sitting outside of A main. The classics are just popping off. Not much else to be said other than they are now making their way onto A. But the rest of Onlyfrags have already made their way over as well. Boba Yaga on the Sheriff. She's not on that classic train, you know. She's gonna pop off with that Sheriff. Managed to take out one, but Onlyfrags
Spike planted.
down to 2, and Spike is online, trying to see if they can push their way over. Prey tries to clear a corner, looks the wrong way. Miss Blue Jay finds her on the back. Simply Rara finishes her the round, and that's a point on the board for Team Lux.
Yeah, Team. I'm still quite amused at how the round started off with that mini massacre outside of A site. But it ended up working out for Team Lux, so they're continuing to stretch this lead.
Right? So it looks like Team Lux wants to kind of do a little replay of that. They have a lot of bodies once again posted outside of A main. Simply Rara with that beautiful gun. Bulldog. Tries to see if she can poke a little bit here and there.
Still in sight.
Lear comes out and they manage instead to push their way through, but Frey, through her own smoke,
Charges.
takes out Simply Rara with that wonderful crosshair placement. Miss Blue Jay sitting on the outside, trapped by that door, will eventually get cleaned out. It's a 3v4 on the retake here. Honeycrisp. But look at that wall. She's postured up, not enough. But Skies is the one that does all of the cleaning right now. Kiwi with the triple kill for herself. Skies follows with one of her own. It's now a 1v1.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Imagine if I died.
So clean
right
for
now.
Kiwi. That's a 4K
So
for
funny.
her and a spike defuse.
Yeah, so I wonder if I believe it was Simple VALORANT. So she attempted to clear out some angles initially, but I wonder if that was more so like a warning shot that yeah, we're coming A site. So I did see someone rotate based off of that. So I wonder if that prompted just a bit of too much information about where the next hit might be.
Mm-hmm. And looks
Scanning
like
ahead.
for this round, Team Luxe, after forcing, they are going to be sitting on their pistols and specters, but Boba Yaga opens things up on the other side. By pushing through, Cat will also get information on where the spike is.
Remaining.
The rest of Team Luxe are now just getting pushed through by Gigi and Boba Yaga on either side. Flawless round for them. A very quick round. Wow. And that's 10 points on the board for Onlyfrags.
Well, I guess like you said, it was a bit of a safe round, I believe. So, not too unexpected, but hopefully now with that kind of sacrifice, they'll be able to fully utilize this this rifle round.
Definitely. Like Simply Rara wanting to make her presence known here on TV Hall. Boba Yaga once again on the aggressive on Cat, gets the opening pick, but Simply Rara answers back with one for herself. She falls back, grabs that ultimate orb. She is very close to having that Empress online. Nikki pushes her way through and manages to win that duel, taking out Miss Blue Jay on the other side of the map. But the last three remaining members of Team Luxe, hoping to see if they can get something to happen here on B site and get that spike down. That Lear and the firewall trying to divide up this map as the rest. Oh no! As Team Luxe try to make their way through, but they just sat on top of the Killjoy Molly.
30 seconds left.
Skies at 24 HP really wants to get that spike down.
Last player standing.
Planted.
Her teammate is down. Frey cleans up, and Fuse and Point goes to Onlyfrags. They are now up 11.
Yep, so definitely stretching the lead out even more. And you saw the power of a Sentinel. So Kiwi being able to delay that quite beautifully. And then ending up with Onlyfrags winning that round. I do have to say, this lead is stretching out quite a bit. And so Team Luxe is definitely going to have to do their best to win this round to be able to stay in this game.
For sure. They are gonna opt to save. They have light armor, sheriffs, specters, and stingers. They do have 3 ultimates online for them as well, and I am curious to see if they are considering using it to help themselves push through this round, or
Careful now.
if they will save it for possibly their last round. Nope, Hookers will open it up on top of the Lear, trying to clear as much Killjoy utility as she can with her run it back. That is information given to Team Luxe, knowing that at least on site everything is clear. Simply Rara doing her best to dodge that Boombot, will clean up, takes that headshot for GG. Skies answers one with herself. It's a 3v3. And Kiwi does have that lockdown, and she could just very much like use it here to push out that site if they feel like they need this round. But as of right now, it looks like she's opting not to use it just yet. I think they're feeling very confident in how they can clear it, but Frey manages to find Sky there, and it makes sense. That spike is gonna go off. Not enough time for them to defuse, but
Thrifty.
on a save round, that's not so bad, but still, everybody on Team Luxe died. They do get that spike, so I would say, I guess that's a good win. They get 6 points on the board. They'll get rifles.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I definitely call that a win since they were saving and they're trying to close that gap as much as possible. And like you said, they're now fully equipped with 3 ultimates, and hopefully they'll be able to bring it back.
Yeah, they are going to have to face the wrath of all 5 ultimates online for Onlyfrags. And you just kind of want to either force them to burn it without sacrificing any bodies for yourself, but oof. Nikki on the corner. Information given to her will eventually get traded out, but Baba Yaga and Gigi picks one up for themselves. Skies will take out her twin, and they're gonna try to make their way A. It's a 3v2. It is still very doable, but they need to get that spike down. Oh, that arrow is going to give away Frey on the back of sight, and they will take her down. This is now a 2v2, but with that spike going down, you're gonna have to face the showstopper, the lockdown, and there it goes. Lockdown is now in play.
I am the hunter.
Oh, Skies almost tags her teammate, but will eventually fall to the showstopper.
Yeah, you definitely called it.
Yeah.
Those ults did end up coming back to bite them, unfortunately. Exactly the showstopper and lockdown, unfortunately.
Yeah, those are ultimates that you hear it and you're like, oh
no.
boy, I need to run. Where do I go? And it's a little rough because
I need a drop.
there was a good read, I say, from Skies, knowing to use her Hunter's Fury, trying to clear out somebody posted outside the door, which was a good call because Killjoy was there. But when you're using the Hunter's Fury like that, you're kind of stuck in position, and then you suddenly hear the showstopper go off, and you're like, oh, I am in big trouble.
Oh yeah.
Simply Rara gets spotted out by the turret. She pops her Empress, trying to see if they can get their way through, but they're already delayed on the entry by all of the Killjoy utility being burned in the meantime. Kiwi finds one, takes out another. She now has some spike control, but Simply Rara on the Empress will finally take her down. It's a 2v4. And they need to get that spike down. Try and keep themselves alive here. Frey tries to see if she can get some information as far as where people are. Skies takes out 2 in the meantime, but Simply Rara gets thrown off. Spike is being defused. She has...
Oh.
Did she get it to half? She did. She has to protect it. A little bit scary here. Oh, not enough on the peak. Boba Yaga with the clean headset closes out the game for Onlyfrags. They will take this series. Oh, sorry, this first game.
Yes, first game.
This first game. Yes. Wow.
I mean, definitely living up to their name, Onlyfrags. You can see the top of the lobby. It's 3 of Onlyfrags members, and definitely did it justice. I love seeing when a sentinel is at the top. It just makes me happy that not only can they hold down a site, but they can brag out as well.
For sure. All right, well, this is the first of 2 games between these 2 teams, so we'll take a short break and we'll be back for game number 2. All right, we are now on game 2 of our Gal League Open Division, a match between Onlyfrags and Team Luxe. Onlyfrags took game 1 earlier, I want to say earlier today, just like, but a few moments
A
ago.
few minutes ago. It feels like
On
forever ago,
Ascent.
doesn't it?
I know, it does. And if you're just tuning in, I am Sajidine, joined by the lovely Delta. We are about to have a little fun adventure on Haven this time around. Oh, it looks like there's gonna be a little switcher uppers. Switching up a little bit on some of the agents here.
Yeah, definitely
What are you-
switching up. I thought I saw Yoru for a second and got excited, but then I remembered
No.
for these games, yeah, we won't be having Yoru featured, unfortunately, but will be coming soon.
Select your agent.
Yep.
But yeah.
As of right
let's-
now, we are following the Riot protocol of if he is not available or not allowed to be used on Riot official, the same goes for us. All right. Looks like things are on the way. Nothing too crazy as far as their picks. We are seeing simply Rara now taking over the Phoenix that was, I want to say, originally on Pookers. Nikki will
yeah,
stick
that sounds right.
to her Phoenix in this time around, as well as Kiwi. Still locking it down as she had a fantastic first game on that Killjoy.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Yeah, I agree. Locking it down and
This goes
fragging
here.
up. So Onlyfrags will be starting on the attack again. And last time you were talking about, the sides of the map, kind of which one's more defender sided. So this one has been leaning a bit more towards the attack side, I believe, just because of the 3 sites. So maybe Onlyfrags has an advantage here?
Yeah, I know that they would like to take advantage of this map, that it's so spread out, keeping the defenders at bay, and a body is already dropping. Miss Blue Jay picks up a second for herself. Forgot to switch to my other observer. That way, there we go. Don't worry, stream. We
Spike planted.
Spike is now down. But with 3 people trying to hold this down against the 4 that is Team Luxe, it'll be a little difficult, but we've seen it happen before.
Last player standing.
Oh, bodies just fallen, not enough. And that is the first point on the board are gonna go to Team Luxe.
Yes, and on Team Luxe, I definitely feel for Exposed Panda. Playing Cypher on this map is very useful, but also very tiring because you set up on A, and they're pushing at C, and you have to haul all the way across the map, and sometimes everyone's dead by the time you get there. So
it also must be. I would say it also must be frustrating because it's so hard to kind of, unless you do it at the start, which delays your rotation, picking up your utility. But I guess they kind of took care of that with a few patches ago, where it doesn't actually carry over anymore. So
right.
Onlyfrags trying to see if they can make some presence here, but Hookers wins that out with the Spectre. And Nikki, with the protection of the Cypher Trap, will take that orb, and she's gonna stick around while the rest of her team falls back. Still making presence here, but the Spike slowly already making its way onto C. This is a very interesting pinch or maneuver that they're doing here. You still have 2 of the attackers from Onlyfrags still sitting outside of A, but there's a little bit of a read here. from Team Luxe because Sova, now already on site with that drone, will eventually get removed by Frey with the classic headshot. Now the rest of Onlyfrags
30 seconds left.
want to get that spike down. They also managed to pick up some specters of their own from the fallen bodies of
Spike
Team Luxe.
planted.
This 3v4 on top of the Killjoy utility that they're gonna have to deal with to try and get that spike down. Oh, nice crossfire there. Nikki manages to win it out, but Simply Rara will eventually take out Kiwi on the
Enemy
back.
remaining.
Right-click headshot on with a triple for Frey. She wants the other, and that's a quadra.
Yeah, unfortunately that round didn't work out too well for Team Luxe. Even though they did have the read on them, a few of them did start to rotate early, and I believe it was, yeah, Skies. So Skies was able to get a drone out in time to kind of scope out the area, but unfortunately all that information just didn't end up working out in their favor.
Match is even, and because of the force buys that happened last round and the loss, you're seeing Team Luxe still sitting on those stingers. Simply Rara pushes out, eventually gets taken out, not before taking out Boba Yaga. It's a 3v3 and a battle, very bloody battle at mid, as both sides just
remaining.
playing very aggressive, and it looks like Onlyfrags eventually will win this out. Gets a point on the board for themselves and a couple of rifles too.
It's not too often you see a battle so early on in spawn. So they were quite aggressive, I would say, that round, trying to push that
Yeah.
far in. But yeah, like you said, it was a bit of a half buy, so didn't lose too much. But now it looks like they're gonna force to be able to make up for the last round.
Yeah. On both sides with rifles in their hands, now trying to see, poking a little bit. Most of the presence from Onlyfrags are currently sitting on middle. They are keeping an eye on any possible potential A pushes as well as C. It's a standard default play right here. A lot of rifle checks. Trying to see if they can poke. Tag someone, maybe? They're Onlyfrags are gonna play it slow as Team Luxe, knowing that they have to play a little bit careful. Simply Rara eventually gets spotted, but they're gonna fall back. Once again, pressure is on for Onlyfrags, and as I say that, they answer by taking out bodies on both sides of the map. And now they're opting to try and make their way onto A side, having to deal with the rest of this Cypher utility. Miss Blue Jay on the flank manages to take out Frey, canceling from the shadows as well.
30 seconds left. Last player standing. Spike planted.
Skies, all alone, is now getting pushed. Is getting pushed by the rest of Onlyfrags. She's now gonna sit up here while the last three remaining members of Onlyfrags playing it a little bit slow, knowing that pressure is on Sky to make an appearance, and she does. Peeks out, head spotted. GG removes it. 3 points for Onlyfrags now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 1v3 is a little bit tough, especially for not having, I don't believe Skies did not have the ult, which makes retaking a little bit easier, but yeah, just not having enough utility and ability to do that retake.
Definitely. I do like the play that Team Luxe is doing here. They've converged pretty much all of their team on a save round for Team Luxe. So they're gonna make their way out mid, trying to push themselves over. But I want to say Onlyfrags kind of read this. They've already made their way onto C site. setting all of their utility and making sure that their post-plant position is in their favor. Oh, and those traps will eventually... Boba Yaga spots a lot. Nikki takes out Simply Rara on the flank. And Hunter's Fury is now being used, trying to slow down any attempts. Manages to pick out one. Any attempts for Team Luxe to try and make a pick or a play here. Not enough. That's 4 points. Really good call for Onlyfrags there to kind of just make their way through. Wow.
I'm still shocked at how that happened. I mean, that was just a poor chance, I guess, that happened for Team Luxe because they were attempting to be aggressive that round, going to push through B, but it didn't work in this case because Onlyfrags was already planning a C hit. So it could have worked in any other round, but not this one, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely. And that is the strength of being aware to check, not only, keeping track of economy when you know that it's most likely a save round for your enemy team. How would you play it? You expect them to play aggressive, and you can play it two ways. Meet them and pick them off, or play aggressive on your own and pick a site and go there. And they picked the right one.
Definitely.
With rifles up for everyone right now, it looks like they're going to play it a little bit slow. Once again, Run It Back is used by Simply Rara, trying to see if she can gather some information as to where any Onlyfrags presence is. She spots the spike, I think. So she knows it's in play at mid by grab. But Miss Blue Jay and Skies and even Simply, all of them already pushed out. Bodies falling eventually, but now it's 2v4. Make that 2v3 as both Nikki and Kiwi manage to pick some bodies for themselves.
30 seconds left.
And it looks like they want to make their play here, but Exposed Panda already on site. Delays that spike plant.
One enemy remaining.
Oh no, that's a triple kill for her and a quadra! You see the shakes. She knows. She knows. They just gave her those 1v1s.
Wow. Yeah. Definitely Nikki doing an amazing job being able to get all of her aim duels. I mean, definitely helping out. And fortunately for Team Luxe, Onlyfrags is pushing out the lead and starting to make it a little bit difficult. I mean, their economy is not looking so great.
Yeah, they are having to force a little bit here. So they need this round to keep their economy afloat, I suppose, is the best way to say it.
Careful now.
But it's kind of the struggle, and I'm trying to figure out if they want to, or if there should be some sort of switch, some change that Team Luxe needs to do to try and maintain this momentum, or to slow down this momentum that Onlyfrags has going for them. Looks like Onlyfrags are now... Oh yeah, Onlyfrags are opting to, on the Run It Back, will make their presence now known onto A site. Lockdown as well is used to clear out the rest of the site. But Pookers takes out Gigi on the opening. She's still here. She's playing it brave. Not enough. Boba Yaga cleans her out. The rest of her team has to sit back. Hunter's Fury manages to tag that spike plant, but it does go down. It does not connect with anybody else. It's a 4v3, still very doable here, but it just kind of comes down to if they're able to take out those bodies. Simply had the kill, but opting to play a little bit safe. Oh, not! She looks the wrong way on the smoke. Diffuse is being used right now. Slowed down, eventually stalled by Boba Yaga and that shock dart.
No charges left.
Wow. And that's 6
Wow,
points.
and-
Even with the numbers advantage, not enough for Team Luxe.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Unfortunately, even though they had that numbers advantage, it still didn't go their way, unfortunately. And you were asking how they can do, how can they improve? I don't really know. They are able to, like you said, have numbers advantage, and they're able to retake, but they end up losing their aim duels, so it makes it a little hard.
For sure. Even looking at the way they are currently playing this right now, Team Luxe has left B completely open. Meanwhile, the rest, I would say, are like 2 of the players already pushing the flank. Simply Rara gets taken out in garage. But the information that Miss Blue Jay has on that Stinger manages to take out not 1, but 2, and that is Spike as well. So they are aware where the rest of Onlyfrags are. It's a 3v3. Oh, but GG finds Panda on the back, and they are going to get that site control, and Spike is now going down. Looks like Miss Blue Jay and Sky.
Cover going out.
There's definitely, I can understand the hesitation trying to see if they can make their way through. They do take out some of that Killjoy utility as they push through, but I like Sky if she does not have a rifle. Yes, play a little aggressive. Unfortunately, not enough. Miss Blue Jay misses with that blind, and eventually gets cleaned out by GG as well. This is strong showing for Onlyfrags, now sitting at 7.
Yeah, Onlyfrags is definitely dominating this part of the half, and I did like the attempt by Team Luxe to flank, mixing it up, but again, Onlyfrags were able to make the trades, and they were able to win their aim duels, and so unfortunately, Team Luxe wasn't able to take advantage of that.
Flight.
Enemy mark.
Definitely. Sky's already spots Kiwi on the back of C. But look at how aggressive, once again, Team Luxe is playing over on B mid. Takes out 2 before Onlyfrags cleans out once again for themselves. Number disadvantage once again for Team Luxe, as the rest of Onlyfrags already making their way onto C. Sky's trapped here pretty much in the back, hoping to see if she can maybe pick someone off before dying. Not enough. Triple kill on GG, and she will also get that spike down. And a slight whiff, not enough. 4K for GG. And 8 points right now for Team Onlyfrags.
Yeah, again, feeling for exposed Panda. I know what it's like to be a Cypher on a retake. Definitely not equipped appropriately. I mean, you can sometimes do fancy things with the cam and with the trap, but no, it's very difficult to retake as a Cypher. And
Yeah.
it looks like they are going to be doing a half buy this time. And just not in the same position as Onlyfrags.
The rest of Onlyfrags like sitting here, but looks like Team Luxe once again opting to kind of leave B a little bit open.
Here.
But Nikki manages to spot a little body of that Omen. She will TP herself away. I don't know if she realizes that she TP'd up top on the corner. Crossfire is here, and that Cypher Trap to slow whatever attempts to push mid down. But the spike already making its way onto A site. But Team Luxe does have 2 of their agents hoping to hold it down. Oh, that arrow and pain shells. slips a little bit, but Nikki eventually will spot Miss Blue Jay at mid on B. And she's gonna try and... I
30
guess she made the
seconds
call.
left.
Team, get your sushis, like, all the way onto other side right here. Like that delay. They're gonna make the race. They already have C. They have C site,
I have
10 seconds
but
left.
that spike is dropped, and 10 seconds left. They need to get that spike down. Oh, barely.
Spike planted.
Oh, that was close.
Nailed them. Cougar's on the flank, manages to find Nikki in the meantime. It's a 2v3. And she does have her blade storm if she wants to try and make a play using that here, but she is sitting at 24 HP, so it's gonna be a little hard. But eventually, Frey will close it out. Triple kill for her and 9 points for Onlyfrags.
Yeah, that last round was an example of exactly an example of how this map is attacker sided. It's just so difficult when your numbers down to defend all the sites appropriately. You saw early on that
That goes
Killjoy was
there.
able to make some presence at C and actually just completely take over C as the team was
No more
rotating.
charges left.
And I believe that helped them win the round, just being able to
Yeah.
completely get a site openly.
We're looking at, I would say, a forced buy here, but Onlyfrags trying to make their way onto C site, run it back, use to scout and clear all of this. Her team now already there. Boba Yaga takes out Simply Rara on the Phoenix,
Swarm grenade.
and the rest of Team Luxe having to deal
Placing swarm grenade.
with the brute force that is Onlyfrags right now as they hold it here. Neural Theft is used trying to get some information as to where the rest of Onlyfrags is, and GG not able to connect with that showstopper.
Here.
3v3. Look at the positioning for Onlyfrags here. Kiwi spots one, takes out another. Skies is aware of where she is, but that spike is ticking away. Not enough. Kiwi closes it out. That's 10 points.
Last
For
round
Onlyfrags.
before the switch.
And they are now on deck.
Yeah, this is looking a bit rough to be able to come back from for Team Luxe. I mean, it's always a chance. I've seen some pretty amazing turnarounds, but yeah, with their economy in shambles and looks like Exposed Panda, because the kit is expensive, can't even
Yeah.
buy a rifle. I mean, this is gonna be a rough defense.
Like, even for a map that you want to say is attacker sided and Team Luxe looking to try and see if they can make something happen after the end of this half, it feels a little hard having to do that with coming back from 1
Here.
point. You're just gonna have to straight up win every single matchup at the half moving forward. And that is quite
No-
difficult. A lot of pressure.
Yeah, definitely.
That interesting crossfire for Onlyfrags as they make their way onto B. I really like it, but Pookers opens everything up with her Blade Storm, manages to take out GG, but that spike is now being planted onto B. Simply Rara on the run it back, trying to see if she can make something happen here, but not enough. Miss Blue Jay will pick up Nikki in the meantime, trying to go along with her teammate.
Last player standing.
Body's falling, but oh wow, it looks like that play finally worked out for Team Luxe as they get the defuse and a point on the board, so they are going to enter the half with 2 points to 10.
Switching sides.
Yes, definitely feels good to enter the half winning at least one more. And I believe that was the first time Onlyfrags planted on B.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it doesn't seem to be their best site, but what can I say? They have a 10-2 advantage, so they definitely know what they're doing.
Right. Now we can see what would happen now that the sides are switched and Onlyfrags having to play defense here if they're gonna change anything up, play it a little bit differently. Right now it looks a little bit similar to how Team Luxe were playing it when they were on the defender side. You have two of your duelists on A, utility sitting on C, but Onlyfrags, you know, with 10 points, they have a little more room, a little bit more luxury to experiment here. Team Luxe making their presence known in Garage while the rest of the team already on B side planning. Simply Rara trying to see if she can get that pesky killjoy in the meantime. Not enough, but she is sitting quite low and is eventually slowed down by that molly. Ooh, and eats those paint shells from GG as she gets stuck in the corner there. And look, the rest of Onlyfrags already on site, just sitting on the spike, already getting it to half, but simply Rara on the flank. Oh, Pookers gets taken out by another paint shells near the end, but that is okay. She will take it. That's another win on the board for Team Luxe there.
Yeah, Team Lux is definitely having some luck on the B site, and in terms of Onlyfrags, I mean, it makes it in terms of Team Lux, it makes it a little difficult to retake when you're holding off site, but they were able to overcome it in the end.
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like Team Luxe wants to play a little aggressive here. Hookers, even with the spike, already making herself known and visible on A site. Rest of the team running their way through, but GG. Oh, she's gonna hit with those paint shells. Eventually takes out Miss Blue Jay. And that spike is down on site, positioning close. It's a 2v3. Onlyfrags looking to get that spike down. While simply Rara has to sit in the corner on the hot hands and heal herself up.
One enemy remaining.
Not enough, as Sky has to battle 3 of Onlyfrags. Not enough for her. That's a defeat. Now 11 points for Onlyfrags.
Yeah, so Onlyfrags is definitely maintaining this lead, and I do hope that Team Lux will be able to get their shot. I mean, we do have a jet ult, but no ult from anyone else, and so hopefully they're able to use their few rifles to be able to take the site.
Yeah. It looks like... I want to double check. Yeah, it looks like Onlyfrags are going to sit a little bit on a bonus here, opting to keep most of their guns from the previous round. Onlyfrags, or sorry, Team Lux with their rifles. Gonna make a little presence on the opposite side of the map on C. One of Killjoy's mollies already used. Now on site, and they do want to get that spike down, but they have not cleared it. Boba Yaga in the back on that ghost will take out one, slowing down the way Team Lux is attempting to play this.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, nice clean headshot with a blade from
One
Pookers.
enemy remaining.
But Nikki on the back, 1v1, 4k finally for Pookers, and gets 4 points on the board for Team Lux.
Yeah, so Pookers did get advantage of that ult. It did end up coming very handy for her, and like you were saying earlier, with the map being attacker sided, it's possible for them to be able to use that as an advantage and close the gap in scores.
Okay. Rifles are out for both sides, although some, it looks like
Placing alarm
for...
box.
Yeah, for Onlyfrags, they're forcing a little bit
Placing
here.
swarm
I think it was a little unfortunate, even though they were on the bonuses, that the ladies that actually bought up or upgraded up, when everybody dies, now you have a little bit of uneven economy. So I do like that they're playing it a little more aggressive here, but Panda, already here, her utility getting shut down. She is aware that they're gonna try and push her. She takes out one, finds the other. Clean double headshot for her. And they're gonna take that as a sign that the doors are open in A. Nikki hears the stampede of the attackers making their way over. She'll rotate up into heaven.
Here.
Run it back is used for her. She will try to see if she can take someone out. Not enough.
Spike planted.
Spike is now down. Bookers takes one out. And it's 2v5. It's gonna be a little tough for Onlyfrags to try and make their way through. Ooh, Spike is thinking that pesky turret.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, Kiwi eventually peaks, but Bookers not missing this round. Takes another headshot. They will run away. Take that spike defuse. Frey wants to die.
Yes.
Did she not have a Vandal?
It didn't look like it.
I thought she did. Or was that a Spectre? That was a Spectre then.
This goes here.
I mean, even if she had a Spectre, if they're saving this round, wouldn't she just want to have? I'm a little not sure what her gun in hand was.
It could have something to do with the economy changes. I don't quite fully understand them, but I know a couple of
if you
times
don't
ago.
have a rifle, you want to die. Typically, that's why I couldn't tell what gun she had dropped. And I guess it kind of comes down to the decision of if she doesn't feel like she wants to carry that Spectre for the next round. Spike is now planted onto A site. It's a 3v3, but we are dealing with the lockdown and showstopper from Onlyfrags, and we've seen last map how destructive that can be in combo. But no HP on Kiwi on the Killjoy. She's still gonna opt for it anyway. Lockdown is now in play. GG, waiting for flank. Does not connect with that Spectre. And she falls out. Kiwi gets the trade. Not enough. That spike is gonna blow up in her face. That's 6 points on the board now for Team Luxe.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't count it out too early for Team Luxe. Definitely closing that gap. And for that last round, you were talking about the Killjoy ult. I wonder if it was just a tad bit late. They did take a bit of time to rotate to A, and by the time the lockdown was in place, I mean, there was very little time to be able to defuse, just working on slim margins.
Alarm bot out. Placing swarm grenade.
There was definitely like a little bit of hesitation there, but Onlyfrags now switching it up a little bit. I think they're expecting a site switch here, so they are playing 4 on the BC side of the map, which is a not bad read, as simply Rara trying to tank as much Killjoy utility once again, as she clears the way for the rest of her team to make their way onto C side, and that spike is now down.
Careful now.
Hot hands in play. She finally tries to make her presence known on site, but there's the showstopper on the hunt from Gigi. Trying to see if she can find anybody here. Oh!
Oh,
So close. Just on the opposite side. But the rest of Onlyfrags on site, and it just kind of comes down to presence. And there it is. Hunter's Fury is out on that spike ping. Manages to delay it a little bit, but it was already at the half. I don't think they realized. That's the defuse.
Oh.
And on deck now for Onlyfrags. She committed
Match
and
point.
got it to half before even falling back.
yeah. No, I feel for that one. Especially the
this is a
Hunter's
nice
Fury
spot.
that came out at a perfect time to be able to delay any diffuse, but yeah, unfortunately, it just didn't work out for
That
them.
goes there.
And even though, so I believe now it's match point. Even though Onlyfrags is not at a full buy, it could be the end for Team Luxe. We'll see.
Oh, if GG can connect here. Finds one, finds another. Not enough, but hey, she will take that. That's 2 bodies already down. Nikki eventually cleans up the rest on site. Run it back for her. She's on the hunt. Sky, trying to see if she can hide here. Buys herself a little bit of time. But she's now having to tank the rest of Onlyfrags. And there it is. 13-6. Valiant effort trying to come back there for Team Luxe. Unfortunately, not enough.
Yeah, Onlyfrags wasn't playing that last round. They just went on the offense and finished the map out for a 2-0 series for today.
For sure. And with that, as I prep my next scene, we are not done for the day. Delta and I are, as far as casting, but we do have another 2 best of 2s coming up with Unbind Crouch, as you hear me type for the screen, versus Sakura Esports coming up for you guys and gals shortly. So stick around, and thank you for enjoying Delta and I cast this fantastic best twos, and we should be back in probably about 10-15 minutes.
Yeah. So I guess in the meantime, be sure to check out our social media if you haven't already. If you don't know, you can always use !Discord, !socials to learn more about our socials. So definitely follow us there. And if you want to learn more about the tournament, you can also look up the bracket as well. So definitely stay around for the next game. And thanks for listening. Enjoy the next one.